Yes, I know my hand's in the way. I don't know why I pointed over my shoulder. I meant to do a thumbs up last time. Anyway, part 2. And we're continuing from where we left off, and we'll see how far we can get.
Okay. I don't know if you could hear the little ah in the background. That's just what happens around the house. Some kind of something was happening, so little one went ah. And hopefully, no one else will be able to hear that.
Oh, to grace, how great a debtor daily I'm constrained to be. Let thy goodness, like a fetter, bind me close.
Okay, so now this one is done up a little bit so that we could hear it, and just because I think that was at 5.82, right? Yes. Okay, so now let's hear what it sounds like that. Let's take away the tenor part.
Oh, to great,
That's why I made it,
great a
because they're lower.
daily I'm constrained to
And tenor's a little too loud.
let thy goodness, like a fetter, bind me closer still to thee. Prone to wander, Lord, I feel it. Prone to leave the God I love. Here's my heart, oh, take and seal it for thy courts above.
Okay, now let's go and make this, what was this again? Negative 2.2. Yeah, okay. Now, if I need to later, I can readjust those, but that's a good starting point. But you haven't heard the baritone part, so let's add that one in. Let's see.
Oh, to grace, how great a debtor daily I'm constrained to be.
Well, this one needs to be panned as well.
Let thy goodness, like a fetter, bind me closer still to thee. Prone to wander, Lord, I feel it. Prone to leave the God I love.
Now, see, I think I have these. I think those are on the right. And then these, but I also have these low ones to the left, so
To grace, how great a debtor.
so it can go either way, but in general, if it's going to be a higher part like in here, I put those off to the right. Okay, so now we have
Oh, to grace, how great a debtor daily I'm constrained to be.
that sounds pretty good. The bass, though, we tend to have that right up the middle with the melody, so it's on both sides. I could do a double track and pan them left and right, but really, bass usually comes through as a mono thing, especially if you have a subwoofer. It's not really necessary to split it off. So we have, once again, pitch correct. And I'm going to go ahead. I put in, has its own bus track, low harmony. So let's bring that in.
Oh, to grace, how great a debtor daily I'm constrained to be. Let thy goodness, like a fetter, bind me closer still to take and seal it for thy courts above.
Okay, so that kind of fills it out. Actually, the bass is the first part I recorded because it's the only one I could kind of hear in my head, and then I thought, okay, and that dictated where I went with the other parts. So now, the choir's not finished. Let us add our background vocals, because there's something really nice that happens in there. Okay, so let's hear them.
And to be, let thy good
I think these are going to stay centered, if I remember right.
bind me closer still to thee. Prone to wander, Lord, I
This is very interesting,
feel
2% right.
Prone to leave the God I love. Here's
60.
my heart,
61.
oh, take and seal it.
Now that's just a doubling of the melody. So let's see. So this one was 60. And this one was 61. No, this one was 61. And the reason for that is these are the high parts. You know how often at the end of a song you can just elevate it by making it go up, you know, in pitch. And so, let's see. So we have that center right, and then okay. So this one remains center. Okay. So now let's just listen.
To be
Let thy goodness, like a fetter, bind me close.
Now, if you're wondering why it sounds so weird, I cut the breaths out in most of these, so there's no. Because then when you go and put a reverb on, it goes. You know, this. We don't want that. So I cut those out. So let's listen again with all these.
to be. Let thy goodness, like a fetter, bind me closer still to thee. Prone to wander, Lord, I feel it. Prone to leave the God I love. Here's my heart, oh, take and seal it for thy courts above.
Okay, so that's sounding pretty good. Now, for the end, that repeats. So we're just gonna go ahead and play the end. Let me take my parts out really quick, so you can hear.
Seal it for thy courts above.
You see how you make it by going up that. My courts above. So that's, I don't know that that's a full octave up. Anyway, I could get myself in trouble trying to say what it is. Usually, no, that's not what it is. Okay, so that's fine. Now, something else I did to elevate it, which this was very interesting. I took actually on the keyboard and just played what I thought my parts might be out. I thought I'd just do an octave and fifth. So I thought what I'd do is add, and it only makes sense when you add all of them together. So I'll do that first and then play the part by itself, because it sounds weird by itself. But anyway, playing the parts.
For thy courts above.
Okay, we're starting to top out, so I'm going to do a little something here. Normally you don't do effects yet, but I'm going to come over to the master fader, and I'm going to turn on these effects. This will give us a little bit. So I have a compressor. No, that's an EQ. And a compressor. And to compress in a very tiny bit of saturation. Okay, and so That's just so it doesn't, because I'm getting a little bit of too loud in there. So this is a preset here, sort of clears things up. The saturation adds, of course, saturation. It's from soft tube, so it's the tube saturation. And then here with the compressor, I'm keeping things, fairly level. Not a really slow attack time, but slower, and a slower release time, quicker attack time. And then I have the ratio up somewhere around 4. That's higher than I normally do, but for this, it actually works. So let's play it again now with these effects now turned on.
Thy courts above.
Okay, so now that part that I added there, so if I mute the others, it's kind of odd. Let me, probably hearing it perfectly, but I'm not, so I'm just gonna do this, mute. Mute that one. Okay. I just sort of lifted it by itself. By itself, not so good. And it sounds best with the 3 of them together. So if I were to go like this. Still not as good as with the harmonies. So now I have a nice top down. Or something like that. So I could go on. And there's so much detail in this that. Yes! Okay, so now, I guess in the next part, because I've covered a lot of ground here, the next part will cover the the lead vocals that I have muted here, and kind of how I handle those, and hopefully, that should pretty much be it. And then add instruments and big sound.
Okay, so that is the end of part 2, and look out for video 3 coming later on.